Club for Growth announcing it plans to spend $2 million in ads against Donald Trump in Illinois, where Republicans will hold their primary on March 15th. The ads that will air in Illinois are the same ones that aired prior in Iowa and to Donald Trump's, remember, he lost there in a surprising loss to Ted Cruz in a Hawkeye state. So will these political ads actually be effective in stopping Donald Trump? Steve Rogers and David McIntosh are here to discuss. David, I'll start with you. Club for Growth has been adamant about stopping Donald Trump. I would say with mixed results so far. Are you guys emboldened now after what happened over the weekend?
Absolutely. I think that what Republican voters are realizing is, first, Donald Trump's not the conservative savior they thought he would be. Even on core issues they care about, he's indicated he'll make deals with the Democrats if he were elected. But also, they're starting to realize Donald Trump will lose to Hillary Clinton, and we could lose the Senate and the Supreme Court as a result. And so they want a conservative champion who can win in those races. What we're seeing in Illinois is both Rubio and Cruz are doing well, coming in shooting distance with that.
Steve, what is the Club for Growth missing? Are they missing the fact that a lot of people are saying this is the new GOP? This is the GOP that the elders of the party have said they long for a long time. The big tent GOP that's drawing in independents, that's drawing in Democrats, that might win states like New Jersey and New York. Why is the Club for Growth missing this? People would ask.
Because they're out of touch with the American people. And this has been the problem of the established RNC. They're not in touch with the American people. And let me add about these attacks about, well, he's favoring Democrats. He wants to work with Democrats, etc. Look, he said he'd be flexible. You need a person who needs to negotiate with people. If somebody could point to me what Washington has done for the American people over the past few years, then maybe I'd say, you're right. But you know what? They're dead wrong.
What about the notion of core values? Because I understand flexible, listen, in other elections, flexible was a four-letter word. This time, I guess, is good. However, some people are asking about his core values, and I think that's what some true conservatives are worried about.
Well, they need not worry. I believe they're going to find out real soon, as this race progresses, that he's going to solidify those core values, at least in defining them for himself. That message is going to come out loud and clear. But the point is, Charles, it's been all along, the establishment, these groups like Club for Growth, etc., they've lost touch with the American people, and they're going to find that out real soon. You know,
David, I know you really take it pains you when you hear that the Club for Growth is now considered establishment. Of course,
the rest of the establishment definitely wouldn't say that.
Well, you guys were never establishment before, but right now, everyone who's against Trump is sort of labeled with that. But are you afraid that if Donald Trump is indeed the nominee, that you guys, all of this negativity actually harms him and hurts the party overall in the general election? What part of that concerns you?
Well, first of all, what the club really stands for is free market, pro-growth policies. So we're about the candidates who are true champions for that, and Donald Trump is not.
So would big business be the ones fueling you? I mean, are they the ones who are donating to you?
No, it's mostly people, entrepreneurs, small businesses, people who've made it on their own. We don't get the big business kind of establishment money. But let me tell you, your question's a good one, Charles. What happens if Donald Trump gets the nomination? We really believe, and we look at the polls, that is a vote for Hillary Clinton winning in the fall. So what we're saying now is stop this before it's too late. We've got real champions for small government, free markets, good economic policy in both Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio.
But ultimately, if Donald Trump is the nominee, with the Club for Growth, back him.
At this point, we would have to tell people he's not a true economic conservative. It's the case. He really is not. And
he's not a far better candidate for the economic health of America than Hillary Clinton. That's what you're saying.
What Donald Trump has said is he'll cut deals with Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats.
Well, ultimately, anybody who's the president's got to negotiate some sort of deal unless you want more gridlock.
Well, I'll tell you, look at what Boehner and McConnell have done. They've tried to cut deals with Obama, and it's been a disaster. So Trump isn't going to have any more luck dealing with them. They'll run circles around him, and we'll have more big government.
All right, guys. Sorry, Steve is champing at the bit over here. Yeah. We'll come back later on in this show, okay?